Welcome back to another installment of the Forza Horizon 5 Rally Shootout. Now, it has been a little while, but thankfully, I've done a little bit of warming back up to the route, so we should be all okay there. Now, the car that I'm using here should be an interesting one. For the sole reason that it's a Formula Drift car. So what we're going to have is a good power advantage, especially compared to the RS200, where it might be... Well, weight is not going to be as light, but we can make it all-wheel drive, and thankfully we can put on the off-road race tyres. That still, I think, pretty much leaves us, though, with about 0 PI anyways. I wouldn't be able to put on, like, any of the power or any of that. Can I fit on the driveline? Yes, I can. That's an extra 5 kilos. Off-road diff. Okay, what's the top speed saying? 152. Do I really need a 7-speed? I probably don't. That's just adding 2 kilos. But is the acceleration? It's saying it benefits a little bit. You know what? No, I'm just gonna leave it in the 6-speed. Leave things nice and simple. Now, question is there lighter wheel? There is lighter wheels. Okay, so that's 6 kilos. Driveline removes 5. I can remove an extra kilo. An extra kilo. Can I, though, be a little bit cheeky? And what's that? Okay, so how many? 12. Okay, that basically removes, what's it? 8 kilos. Okay. So 8 kilos is the magical number. You know what? Yeah, sure, it's 2 kilos is 2 kilos. I'm not going to complain too much. Weight saved is weight saved, no matter how, however you want to spin it, sorry. Yeah, alright, okay, nice and simple. Of course, it started midway through S1, so no surprises there. But there we go, there is the Forsberg Nissan done. So, when we have a look at the stats, 1300 horsepower, it's 1764 newton-meters of torque. Yeah, we've got the power and the torque advantage, no word of a lie, by a considerable margin compared to the RS200. But we are up on weight. We are up by 325 kilos, which is a lot heavier. 325 kilos. That's a lot of weight. But, like I said, we are up by, what's that? That's 300, almost 600 horsepower. 550 if you want to be exact. So, there is that. Yeah, this should be an interesting one, actually. I'm not too sure how it will do. I imagine it'll probably be... probably quite understeery, because of course we've got no aero whatsoever on this. The best I could do was put on 265s, but that's basically it. Well, we'll have to see how this goes around the Three Hills Rally course. Right, here we are at the start line of the Three Hills Rally course. Going to have 4 attempts to try and set the fastest time possible, see if we can beat the Hoonigan RS200, the current leader with a 158.2. I don't know, to be honest. I think we should stand a good chance, considering the power and torque advantage. Will that be enough to upset, to offset the weight disadvantage and things like that? I don't know, but we should hopefully find out soon. Oh my god, I'm absolutely racing through those gears there. That's going to be an interesting prospect, so pretty much just try and get myself basically stay in the higher gears as possible. I suppose that's why what was it, the 7-speed upgrade was telling me the acceleration was better, probably a little bit longer ratios. Okay, and was not great through there. We actually took way too much speed. Oh wow, that was just... The front wheels were full lock, but the car refused to turn in there. Oh, Christ alive. Yeah, yeah, the acceleration on this is balmy. Oh, I'm not getting through that corner, though. Nice. Yeah, the acceleration is just completely ridiculous. Love it. Okay, come on now. Get through there. Jesus Christ. It really has struggled to get through these corners, as you'd expect. Did I swap the suspension? I may have not swapped the suspension. I can't remember. Whoops. I might have to check if I've swapped the suspension. That might explain quite a lot. I cannot remember. Oh, come on. Try and get you through there. I possibly have not. I apologise if I have. I'll, oh, Christ. Oh, this is a terrible run anyways. Really, really bad. Right, okay, come on. Oh, heavens above, this has been a terrible run. I have warmed up to this, honest. You know, I did a little bit of practice. But, yeah, this is going awfully wrong. I'm just pinging off every single wall known to mankind. Oh, I'm taking way too much speed through there. Come on. Right, okay, I will be right back. Make sure that I have actually checked the suspension properly. It looked high enough, but I don't know. Right, okay, be right back. I'm not too sure. Right, okay, I did remember to put on the correct suspension. Right, okay, so that last run, 204.975. That is terrible. We could definitely do a lot better than that. You know, there was so many mistakes. I think I'm sort of not used to just how fast this thing accelerates. It's definitely been the fastest accelerating car so far. Yeah, we've just got to. I've got to try and just calm the car down a bit so that I can get myself onto the better lines and whatnot. Yeah, so that I can get much better time saves, because that was rubbish. Completely and utterly rubbish. Oh, it really does not like that section there. I've got to do something about that, because I think a little bit of it as well is that it's got so much speed and so much power that it just doesn't know what to do. Right, okay, come on, slam on the brakes, you just handbrake it around. Hopefully we can get the Formula Drift car around eventually. Alright, okay, you know, I was kind of hoping for a little bit better. You know, I get in terms of, you know, we've got pretty much zero aero on this, 1300 horsepower, four-wheel drive, going off-road. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to my voice there. You know, 265s at the front, right, okay, they're not terrible. You know, they are actually fairly decent sized, but you know, they're not great by any stretch of the imagination. That was not how you do that corner in the slightest. Okay, go on the brakes. Can I get there? Oh, Christ alive. As soon as I land a jump, it loses all steering. All of it. But come on, the acceleration was bloody good. But acceleration can only carry a car so far, especially around here. I need good suspension, and I need to be able to actually get the car round the corners, flat out round the final corner. A lot more like it. Still, though, a lot of time to be found. 207, 207? 202.722. This still puts it last, but it's now only half a second behind the Huracan STO, and we've still got another 2 runs to try and find that time. Right, okay. Yeah, I've just got to try and get the car calmed down, especially for some of the jumps, and just try and see if I can get it just through the corners as soon as we land the jump. Yeah, because the acceleration is immense. Well, I probably broke a little bit too much around that corner, but I don't think it did terribly. Yeah, it's just through that little section there. Just when it lands the jump, it just loses all form of turning. Oh god, don't roll the Formula Drift car. That would be... I think that would actually be a first in this series. Actually rolling a car out that little section. But yeah, the acceleration is just unrivaled so far in the series. But that's to be expected. But it's just not good enough through the corners, sadly. Oh, come on. It really is just... Oh, hell. Come on. Just pitting the car sideways. I've got to drive it like an actual Formula Drift car. Just ping it sideways and hope. That's the best that I can do right now. I'm using so much of the handbrake and obviously the clutch at the same time to make sure that the car does not stall. Come on, we can get you through this section. Now, slow you down a lot more. Where's the course going? I need to brake even more for that section. I need to remember I'm not in as good as an off-roading car as something like an Audi Quattro or whatnot. So, you know, there is that. Oh, wow, I just got that checkpoint. Come on, try and keep out of the walls. I'll just ding them ever so slightly. We get you through here. Yes, we can. A lot cleaner. Put you in 6th gear. Carry all the speed that I can. Are we setting a better time? Oh, only just, but not good enough. Yeah, funnily enough, we've got the same problems as the Atom in terms of the suspension is, well, as you would expect, it's not built for this, but all of the steering is lost as soon as we land off a jump. It just loses all of it. Now, we've got one more attempt, I believe. Yeah, we do. One more attempt. I need to pay attention more. It's not going well in the slightest for me. Right, okay, let's ease on the brakes a little bit, help reduce the power, and get ourselves on a better line. Yeah, it just saps a hell of a lot of speed out of the car when you're trying to get it slowed down. See, look at that. It just plummets down. No problem. Yeah, that's just a huge problem. As soon as we land any form of jump and try and turn it, there's so much friction actually trying to turn it after landing that it plummets the speed down. I mean, in certain scenarios that would actually be quite helpful. But you know, when I'm trying to get the car around the corner as fast as possible, potentially even having to use some handbrake and power, you know, it really does sap a lot out of the car, especially when it refuses to turn in. Yeah. Well, you know, that's probably to be expected. You know, it's nowhere near as good as some of the other cars. Okay, come on the brakes. I was completely on the wrong line there. I just can't get the car turned in. There we go. That's the best we've actually ever done that section. Oh, come on, suspension. Don't fight with me too harshly now. We've still got to get you through a couple more corners, ping off the wall. I'm trying not to ping off the wall, but you know, I can only do so much. Right, okay, come on, just boot it. Are we going to set a better time? Try and go well? No, we did not. Oh dear. Right, well there we go. The Formula Drift Nissan is now in last place. 202.0. Yeah, there was so many things just wrong with it. Yeah, just the amount of friction the car gets when landing the jump really does not help the car in the slightest. The bad suspension. I mean, you know, understandably, it's a Formula Drift car. It's not designed for this whatsoever. The power, whilst it was great, the acceleration was phenomenal. There was just too many things holding the car back. And yeah, it did not go well in the slightest. Especially when landing the jumps, just the friction loss, if you will, of trying to turn. It was huge. It was so huge. But I'm going to have to call it there for the video. Do hope you enjoyed. All feedback is appreciated. If you want to suggest a car for the series, the comments is the place to do it. Or, if you really want to, you can put in the Discord, so there will be a link for that in the description. But that's it from me. Take care, and ciao for now.